Hello, my name is LBC, and I want to explain to you today what everybody seems to be missing, and that is electronic promissory notes, electronic security instruments. They have no support, no lawful support. And basically, what you can do is go to look at 15 USC 7003. That's all you need to do. Now, paper promissory notes, paper security instruments, those are governed by the Uniform Commercial Code, Article 3 for negotiable instruments, Article 9 for the security instruments, secured transactions. But everybody seems to be missing this. It's the illusion. That's what it is for everybody. And those on the back of the train keep coming to the front because there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to understand if you want to defend yourself these foreclosures and all. But to get on one of the hot topics of the past week and so forth, are the Robosigners and all. I think everybody's missing the boat on this and all because this Robosigner paper that everybody's going and complaining about, the affidavits or those that are just signing thousands of pages without doing anything, reading them or whatever, wake up. Wake up. There's way more to it and all. What you're not understanding is that your mortgage was bifurcated. It was separated at some point in time, whenever it was recorded into public record with MERS name on it. This secured debt became an unsecured debt at that time. So it's been sitting out there in public record, and you've been making payments to the bank, a bank, whoever it is, that sent you a letter and said, hey, you're to pay me now. Well, you continue to make all those payments when it come to find out this thing was separated and all, and they scaring you with the deed of trust telling you, well, we're going to foreclose on your home if you don't keep paying us. Well, there's a problem with that. Because of this bifurcation, separation of this secured debt, this deed of trust is a nullity. It's not any good anymore. They cannot use the power of sale clause to foreclose on your home with the deed of trust and all. And that's the only thing that the true holder could do, not the mortgage servicer that claims that they're going to foreclose on you and so forth, because most people don't understand and realize all this stuff is electronic. Yeah, it looks real, but it's not. It's electronic. They've been scanning this stuff into electronic images, and they're using that to scare you with. They eliminated the paperwork. The Florida Bankers Association admitted that in with the Florida Supreme Court. Look at case number 09-1460, and you'll see where they admitted that they scan all this stuff and then they eliminate the paper. Well, there's no supporting laws for these electronic images, and the only thing that would have support would be a paper promissory note or a paper security instrument. Those are the only thing that have supporting laws. Electronics don't. But it's a big illusion for everybody because they see it, it's printed out here, it looks all pretty and everything because, wow, it's official. It says note on it, or it says deed of trust, or it says mortgage or something to that effect and all, when in fact it's just an illusion for you because it came off a computer. And we're not going to touch on MERS so much and all, but MERS did bifurcate most all these loans, 60-something million, I believe is what they said. So we're not really going to touch that. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that these robo-signers that are recording these assignments of the mortgage into public records, what they are actually doing is they're taking this bifurcated loan and they're trying to reconnect it. It's, this thing is like Humpty Dumpty. It's already been broke. It's down there. So now what they're doing and all is they're putting tape on this. They're putting glue on Humpty Dumpty and they're putting him back together. And you pretty much believe that, oh, wow, they've done this and they're doing something wrong. Well, yeah, they have. They've committed fraud in public records because they're trying to reconnect an unsecured debt. This thing was bifurcated. It doesn't exist anymore. The note belongs to the original creditor and nobody else. It's just like you having a phone bill or something else that's out there and all, and a couple of years later somebody else comes along, from ABC Law Company or JYD debt collection agency and all, and they're trying to collect on the original. The person you originally signed your contract with, they're trying to collect on that information and all. And so if you get an understanding of this, you know better how to fight this and all, because what they've done is they used electronic images. Those have no support. They bifurcated the secured debt. It's no longer secured debt. It's an unsecured debt. Deed of trust is not any good. But these guys are coming along in public records, like here in Texas. These guys are doing it every day. They're coming right in and they're filing this assignment of, they call it an assignment of note and deed of trust. Well, you don't sign a note to begin with. A note is negotiated. Deed of trust might be assigned and all, but that deed of trust is not any good anymore, so it doesn't do any good to do an assignment for that. You're trying to sign a nullity, a document that's not even enforceable anymore, and you're trying to assign it to someone else, and that's what these guys are doing. And apparently either they do know they're committing fraud, or we really got a bunch of dumb lawyers out here in America, because these guys are doing it left and right and all. And I think more it's they just don't think anybody's going to catch them at it. But you got to understand, they're trying to reconnect this secured debt. They're not doing anything other than that, because it's already been bifurcated. They can't put it back together. It's like Humpty Dumpty. It's broke. It's gone. They can't put it back together. The only way they can do it is under the illusion of a refinance or a loan modification and all. And all they're doing is just covering up the fraud. That's all that they're doing with all of this. So read and understand, learn. Read 15 USC 7003 and understand that electronic promissory notes, electronic security instruments have no supporting laws. I don't care what you want to think about the E-Sign Act and all. They want you to believe that 7001 is the way that everything works. Well, they forgot to tell you about 15 USC 7003, and that's where it all is, folks. There is no support for electronic instruments. And look at it this way. You can create a spreadsheet. You can create a word processing document. You can create a presentation, drawing, whatever it is on your computer and all. And it looks nice on the computer and all. But you can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can't hold it. You can't do anything but look at it on that screen on that computer. That is until you press the print button. When you press the print button, it comes out on paper, and you go, oh, wow, look at that, Well, this is what's happening with you with the deed of trust and the note that they're trying to produce, that you keep asking them to do and all, is that they're giving you electronics. It's not the real paper. It's not the real papers. It's their electronic images, and they have no lawful support. Now, if you want to learn more about this, understand it even more, a friend of mine, James, he has put out quite a bit of information on this, given me quite an education to it and all. And you can find all this out on www.scribd.com/LVC. You need to go out there, you need to read it, learn it, and understand it, and defend yourself. Thank you.